Hey creators, welcome back to the Creation YouTube channel. My name's Ismail and on today's episode we're going to be talking about LUTs. LUTs, aka lookup tables, are a fantastic way to give your footage that cinematic look. Now if you head over to the Creation page you'll be able to download our film LUTs. On today's episode I'm going to show you how to install those and how actually to use them within Final Cut. Alright, let's get into it. So once you've downloaded the film LUTs, it should look something very similar to this, where you've got the CC film LUTs folder as well as the LUTs within it. You do get this handy instructional PDF which teaches you or takes you through the steps of installing the LUTs. However, I'm going to do that for you now. So if you head over to Final Cut, select the clip that you want to grade. So here we've got this beautiful image, this beautiful video of the Brooklyn Bridge in New York. If you head over to the Effects tab, underneath color, if you were to scroll down, you then see custom LUT. Now if you drag that over to the clip you want to grade, you then now see it here in the effects menu. Now if you click none and choose custom LUT, this is now how you install the CC film LUTs. Now you can choose individual LUTs to load up. However, one quick tip is if you just choose the folder, then hit open. Then since I've already installed this, I'm just going to hit replace. However, when you install it for the first time, you won't get that message. You now have the CC film LUTs here, and now you can easily scroll through each LUT for a different look. Now, I'm sure all you creatives know that when you shoot for client projects, even personal projects, you usually shoot in a flat profile. And LUTs are a fantastic way just to get a quick look, create a quick base, and then from there really build on that color. So you can see here with CC Summertown, already like the image looks fantastic. The shadows are slightly warmer, the blues are even bluer, and this really feels like a cinematic teal and orange, something that you would see with, even like a Michael Bay film or something. So now, depending on your style, this might seem a bit strong. So what we can do is in the mix here, we can pull that slider down to somewhere around here. That feels quite good. However, again, if that was something, depending on the format of how you've shot your footage, whether you've shot really flat or whether maybe you've used like a Cine 4 profile, you might find that you need to bring that down even more. But here we can see what it looks like with no LUTs, and now we can see what it looks like maximum strength. Again, we're going to go around about halfway. So I'm going to go for something around, let's go, yeah, perfect. Now, if there are any alterations that you guys want to make to the color, then that's also a very easy step. So now if we click this color menu just here, and we go to, let's go to exposure. One thing that we can do is adjust the highlights to make it feel slightly brighter, and again, adjust the midtones to make it slightly darker. And if we just toggle this option here on and off, we can kind of see what we've done there. But what ultimately we've done here is like create a bit more contrast, give it a bit more pop. But again, with the LUT, you don't really need to do too much to it. And again, with the color, we could pick something like the highlights. And again, if we wanted to push it maybe to a bit more blue, if we wanted to alter that, we can do. However, the Summertown LUT, in my opinion, has done a fantastic job of it, and I'm going to leave it as is. But here within the color board, you've got options to like adjust the colors from your midtones as well as your highlights. Cool. So let's move on to the next clip. So here we've got this person looking out into the distance. It looks like it's about sunset, and as you can imagine, filming this, there was some amazing colors in the sky. So now if I'm going to do the same thing, go to custom LUT, drag that over, then I'm going to go into the CC film LUTs and let's see which one I want to go for. So that looks pretty good. Let's see another one. I'm liking that. Jericho. Looks a bit too warm for my liking. Cool, that one looks a bit too blue. That one is definitely a bit too green. And I think I'm going to land on the first one we got, which seems very realistic to like what you would see. So this already again looks fantastic. We could go into the mix, bring it down to what it originally looked like, bring it up. To be honest, I think like at 100% that already looks great. The only thing I'm going to do is just go into the color boards, go into exposure, and let's just see if we can lift those midtones slightly. If we can drag those highlights, so that way then I can get a bit more pop here. Then maybe in saturation, if I go to midtones and really, yeah, really slide that up there. Cool. And then if we toggle this on and off, you kind of see that again, the LUT's done a fantastic job of giving us that base, and all I've done is just adjusted it slightly, lifting the midtones so that way then the shadows are lifted and it doesn't seem as contrasty. And then just increasing the saturation in the midtones, just again, give it a bit more pop, give it a bit more contrast. And that way then we've got some amazing separation here. Cool. So let's now move on to this clip and let's see what we can do with this. Drag over custom LUT. Let's see what we can do to this. So again, CC film LUTs, we've got them all listed down here. Summertime, cool. Summertime looks good. I think I might stick with that, but let's just give a few of the others another look. Cool, I think I'm actually gonna stick with this one since this is a new one. Cool, so again, that looks fantastic. We can adjust the mix. I'm gonna keep it at 100. I think that looks pretty good. And then gonna head over to the color board. Let's see if we can add a bit more contrast. Cool, yeah, that looks good. Cool, just again, increasing the shadows there. So again, just giving it a bit more pop. Let's see if we adjust the saturation, up that a little bit. And I think with the overall palette, I think I'm just gonna drag the highlights to a bit more blue, just to make it feel a bit colder. But again, we can kind of see that the lookup table, the CC LUTs have done a fantastic job of giving me that base, and all I've done is just giving it some subtle adjustments. I'm just gonna pull that down so it isn't as blue. And yeah, super happy with how that looks. And then the very last footage is this lovely lady looking up into the camera. So you then just drag, as we've done for every other clip, the custom LUT over the clip that you want to grade. We're then going to go over here, CC film LUTs, and again, let's see what we can do with these LUTs. So just having a quick look and just kind of seeing what feels right for this clip. I do quite like that one. I think Summertown smashed this, and I don't even want to move this slider. That already looks great. So again, we can see what that footage looked like, very flat. And again, Summertown absolutely killing it, giving it that pop. All I'm gonna do again is just head over to the color tab. I'm just gonna adjust a few things. Just wanna make it a bit more contrasty, so I'm just gonna pull this down. Gonna lift up the highlights a bit. Lift up the shadows a tiny bit. Pull down those midtones. Cool. And yeah, there we go. So that's giving it a bit more pop. Then it does look great already. Maybe I'll increase the saturation a little bit. Then is there anything else I want to do? Midtones, potentially could move the midtones slightly more to the orange side. But besides that, I think like absolutely smashed it. Like absolutely loving this look. And as you guys can see, these LUTs have done absolute wonders for just giving us that base grade, giving us a great place to start. And from there, as you've just seen me do, all I'm doing is slowly tweaking these colors, adding a bit more contrast, changing the highlights, the midtones, the shadows, just a little bit just to make the image pop. But as you see that these LUTs have done a fantastic job. Alright guys, I hope you found that short tutorial useful. Don't forget to go on Instagram or follow us at Creation for any new updates and new product releases. Also, if you could do us a huge favor, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe for more tutorials, and we'll see you in the next one.